Afternoon.
Todd, the good news is you're scoring 24 points per game on the road. You're scoring 15 points per game at home. Why has there been such a huge discrepancy, and what has to change for you guys to be able to put more points up on the scoreboard at Raymond James?
Well, the biggest thing for us is to be able to put more points than the other team. So if we got 15 and they got 14, then I'm happy. But you want to play better. You always want to score points. That's the name of the game. But lately, the way we've been winning as team football, offense, defense, special teams, however we can get a win, we can win. We're not worried about how many points we score, just more than the other team.
Todd, for the offense, outside of one punt and the turnover early, the offense consistently was able to move the ball down the field and put points on the board. What can you say about the consistency of that group yesterday?
It was great to see everything clicking over there. You know, the run game got going, the pass game got going, the ball got spread around. You know, it was great to finally see some consistency over there. They've been putting it together for a couple weeks now, and it finally came to fruition.
It's a lot of different things, but I mean, 3 weeks ago you're sitting at 4-7. Is there one thing you'd point to for a common thread in these 3 wins for why you are where you are now?
No, just finishing ball games, correcting mistakes, you know, cutting out large penalties. Blocking assignments have been better, not giving up the deep ball for the most part, just playing better football.
Now let's revisit the Devin White situation. You told Devin yesterday that K.J. Britt was going to start, and
Did I?
I think you did.
No, I didn't.
You did not.
Devin told me Friday he couldn't play, or Saturday or Friday he couldn't play, so K.J. was starting. That was the end of it.
It wasn't in response to that.
No.
Is K.J. Britt your starting linebacker moving forward, or is it Devin White?
When Devin gets healthy, we'll rotate the players and see how it goes.
Were you surprised that Devin said he couldn't go, considering he had been practicing up to that point?
No, not surprised. I get guys all the time. I mean, Hayes got sick on the bus. He couldn't play. I mean, you go with a guy's gut. If he tells you he can't go, you go with the next guy and you play.
How concerning is it that this injury for Devin will hang on for the rest of the season? It seems to be coming and going.
Well, it's something he's got to deal with. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I can't really say how he feels or how he doesn't feel. But, you know, the next guys have to step up. We've been doing it all year, so we just keep rolling.
Is this something you'll have to deal with in the offseason?
That I do not know.
He had played 2 games kind of with the foot injury, and then obviously hasn't played the last 3. Did something change where he aggravated it? I forget what game that is, the Colts, or what game that was. But was there something that exacerbated the foot, or was it just him not being able to play through what he played through?
That I'm not sure of. You know, usually as a coach, you go with the guys that say they can play, and the guys that can't play, they get treatment and they get healthy.
You had a lot of other guys that were on the bubble. Obviously, everybody's different for injury situations, but Vega was a question mark. Godwin was a question mark. To have a player in such an important game say they can't go, does that surprise you when it's a captain like it was here?
No, not if they're injured. If they're injured and they say they can't go, what else are you going to do? You play ball. I mean, I've had captains hurt. I've had backups hurt. Some say they can go. Some say they can't. So that's about all there is.
KJ's had 2 full games now where he's been your linebacker. How has he performed over these 2 games?
He's played well. Obviously, we know what he can do. He got his chance while he got in there. He took advantage of the opportunity, and we like where he's at.
When it came to stopping the run yesterday, Aaron Jones got hot to begin the game, but the defense was able to stop him and the whole Packers run game for really the rest of it. What would you point to for being able to make those adjustments and get the stops that were needed?
This guy's making plays, you know. This guy's making plays. And when you get a lead, we haven't had a lead too many times. When you get a lead, you can play and you make people pass more. That helps out too.
Todd Baker had probably his best game this season, if not one of the best of his career on Sunday. And to hear your praise for him after the game in Green Bay, how much has he helped himself be your quarterback and be the quarterback here beyond this year? And how much would you kind of lobby for that?
Well, I'm sure that'll be an off-season probably conversation, but I love where he's at right now. I loved him when he came in, not just because of the game he played yesterday. Very smart, very tough, knows where to go with the football, very mature where he is as far as getting his reads and getting everybody in the right place. And, you know, me personally, I really like where the guy's at.
Todd, the Bucs sent out a press release on Saturday saying that Ryan Neal was out for the game and that Vita Vea was upgraded to questionable. If Devin told you on Friday or Saturday that he wasn't able to go, why wasn't that change made to the media?
I don't talk to the media after I talked to the media Friday afternoon. I wasn't available for that information until later that day or that evening, so I don't talk to the people till the next day. So we'll see. If he gets better, he usually plays. Usually when guys get sick, Hayes was the same way, but he was out. We keep people down sometimes. That's just the way it goes.
You guys had even added Hayes to the injury report, I think 20 minutes before inactives came out. Was that just a situation where the Devin news wasn't communicated to people to put those things out?
Didn't have to be communicated because there was nothing to communicate. He practiced on Friday. He practiced on Thursday. And he said he couldn't go Saturday morning. That was the end of it.
Go back to the offense. You had a new coordinator, new quarterback, revamped offensive line. So the idea that the offense was going to take some time to find itself isn't surprising. But what have you seen specifically over the last few weeks that give you, optimism where this offense is now?
Just gelling together, the receivers knowing exactly where to be, audibles on time, offensive line playing together. Nobody's really missing a bunch of blocks right now, and the confidence has grown as a group as the season went on. Dave's comfortable with them. They're comfortable with Dave. The adjustments, the roles everybody has, and moving people around, I think they've grown very comfortable with that, and that's kind of helped us out a lot.
A reporter at the game on Sunday didn't see Devin in the locker room after the game. Did he travel with the team?
Yeah, he was there.
Your offense, this isn't necessarily a Sunday thing, but the whole season, but you have the best offense in the NFL on third down and 3 or less. It's like 74%. Baker's got amazing numbers. He's 22 of 26 in those situations. It's like an 85% completion rate. What would you point to for why that specifically has gotten so much better this year?
It's a good question. Just execution, really. Execution. Being able to execute third and manageable. Dave's done a great job mixing things up, keeping people off balance, and that takes a lot of work. The offensive staff as a whole has really done a good job when we get to those down and distances, doing a good job of executing.
Todd, you game plan against quarterbacks, and you've seen guys have that downward spiral when they have an early takeaway against your defense, or I should say turnover. Is Baker's resilience just shrugging off that sack fumble that led to a touchdown, and to have the type of day that he did, is that one of his best traits that you think?
He has that trait, and I think everybody needs to have that trait. And if you play football, whether it's a bad play, a quarterback, a DB, a lineman, you got to have that resilience to come back. I think he never broke stride. He understands what happened on the play. They got a turnover. They got a touchdown. It was early in the game. No need to get down. We've been through some ups and downs this season, so we're coming out on the other side of them, and everybody stayed the course.
David Moore obviously had a big play in the game, this catch and run for a touchdown. He's been getting a little bit more playing time. Does he put himself into the conversation to be an established wide receiver 3 after Mike and Chris?
I mean, we still got Palmer there. Moore is a good help. He can make some plays all over the place. He can move around. He's got experience in the offense. He's got experience. He can play. He's got great hands, and he's a good utility guy for us. But we rotate guys in and out depending on the packages, but he's a big part of that.
The 3 guys that were kind of ruled out this week in Carlton, Will Goldston, and Ryan Neal, is there a sense of if with any of the 3 are ahead of the others in terms of who might be in the best position to practice and then play on Sunday?
Not at this time. I'll probably have a better answer on Wednesday.
What type of growth have you seen from Dave Canales throughout the year in his rookie play calling season on the practice field, in meeting rooms, et cetera? How has he helped this offense get progressively better as the season's gone on?
Really just staying the course. Dave's a very positive guy, very bright guy, excellent teacher. Coaches around him are excellent teachers. They do a good job staying the course. If something doesn't work, they know why, how, when. They can fix it. They can correct the mistakes. They can teach it to the players to adjust it and trust them to do the right thing. And over the course of the year, you learn a few things, calling plays. Preseason, regular season, doesn't matter. Throughout your whole career, you're going to learn things. He's a quick learner. He adjusts with himself. He adjusts with the team. And, he's making all the right calls.
I know football's supposed to be a week-to-week thing, and you got to kind of forget what happened last week, whether you win or lose, and stay kind of even keel. But momentum is also a real thing. Do you sense some momentum from your team with this 3-game winning streak heading into 2 really important home games?
I'd say it's more urgency, and momentum's coming with winning, but the urgency is there. We know we have to win out to get in the playoffs. That's been our mindset since we played Carolina. That's our mindset this week as well against a good Jacksonville team.
Anything else?
Thanks.
Thank you.